All right. So I was reminded of something when I was talking to my sister about she had to do some tutoring with the Common Core math for the kids' homework, and she showed me how they do this really weird way they structure the math and stuff. And it reminded me of when I started looking into things like the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, the Platonic solids, um, and how Egyptians would do their fractions and stuff, which is we kind of learned the same way in school, but for some reason they limited us to the measurement, the smallest measurement that we could go, which would be the 1/64th, which I look at all the charts and stuff, and all of them go down to 1/64th. And let me show you here. 1/64th is the smallest. Right. And the furthest we go, the highest we go is 63/64ths. But we were taught that that like 8/8ths is one whole, 10/10ths is one whole, 64/64ths should be one whole, but they stop at 63/64ths and then they jump to one. So what what's happening with this missing unit? Like, why do they teach us this kind of way? Which, um, looking back at all my notes and stuff, when I had started, it was really intriguing. But the Eye of Horus is broken up into six parts, and it has these units of measurements. Let me find a better picture for you, I guess. There we go. So, as you see, the eyebrow was supposed to be for thought, and that was, or near the brains, that's 1/8, and then um, hearing is 1/16. Eyesight was a quarter. Nose or smell, this is supposed to be near the nose, that's a half. Um, the touch is 1/64th, and the tongue was taste, or in 1/32. So this is the way they base their numbers. Um, but like I said, in school they taught us that if you were to go all the way, 64/64 should be one whole. So let me show you. So here we go. We have one whole unit. So we have one. If we take that unit and divide it in half, let me try and keep the camera in focus. We have two halves. You take one of those halves and you divide it in half, you get a quarter, or two quarters. And you take that other quarter and you divide it in half, and you get an eighth. Whoops. You take that eighth, or correction, you get 2/8. You take that in half, then you'll have 2/16, but 1/16 over here. And then you take one of those 16ths, you divide in half, and you have 1/32. And then you take that 32nd, and you divide that in half, and you get 1/64th. And what's this? This unit right here is what the error. And so if we go further, it goes down to we can go down to one. What is that? So so it'd be 1/28th, and then 2/56, and then 1/5/12, and blah blah blah. But they make us stop at 64. So if, like, the Egyptians based all their calculations and math and stuff and measurements off of this math, then they have um, like 1.5% derivation and calculation for everything that they build. It's off by, it was like 0.15, 0.16. It's like 0 point or 0.01625 off or some shit like that. So anyway, so let's go and back it up. So if we go in reverse, so if we do 1/64, and then we did that by 2, then we will get 1/32, and then by 2 we'll get 1/16, and then we'll get 1/8, and then we'll get 1/4, and then 1/2, all the way down to 1 whole, or all the way back to 1 whole. Okay. So, so 1 whole, so that would be 64/64 would equal 1 whole. So if we did it, so we do 64/64, so that's going to be our 1 whole. So if we divide that, so we would do 32/64, divide that in half, we get 16/64, and half again, get 8/64, and then 4/64, and then 2/64, and then down to 1/64. Right? So we're just dividing it. 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 16 is 31. 31 plus 32 is 63. Should be 63. So is 64/64 really 1 whole? I mean, we saw in the chart that it goes 63/64 and then jumps to 1. When we add all these together, you get 63/64, not 64/64, so it can't be 1 whole. So why have they purposely taught us this, or purposely made us stop at whatever, because like I said, this would be the 1/28, what is that, 1/28, 1/128, and then after that would be 1/256. We'll keep going and going and going, but they stop us at this. So that's a lot. I mean, if you're trying to build, so you have all this shit missing over and over and over time, it's exponentially is going to become a huge error. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, I haven't done it in a while, I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, maybe somebody can figure it out.